work that we're doing here is not going to stop when it comes to these type of discussions. It's going to be for us and by us here on this platform when the media is telling us to look the other way. Your support is what helps us move forward. Join patreon.com/like it or not. Help us grow.
Like it or not, y'all. 2023. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Yes, it's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Like it or not. Rebecca Azor is in the house. You know she got a funny story to tell. Talking politics, culture, or real life-ish. I live in life in the ATL. Benjamin, yeah, that's my man. He's always coming up with the master plan. Politics, scheming, or trying to find the meaning of life. And while the feds keeps us in strife. I'm your DJ. I really don't need no introduction right now, but you know what? I stay dropping them jams. Y'all know who I am. Good hope, dad jokes, culture-ish, politics. What you're hearing right now was the culmination of all of this. I started out with the mic in my hand, then I graduated to a plethora of fans. I love bringing joy to the people. It makes me feel great, makes me feel regal. I do what I do for you. 8 p.m. Friday, you know how we do. Let's go. It's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. It's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Like it or not, y'all. 2023. Let's start this damn show. Let's go.
Like It or Not starts now.
Oh, I was like, oh my God, it was just me. I didn't even know what to do there.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. And is it me that says that? It's been a long time since we did this.
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning and welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth.
And not care who doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Hey, Rebecca.
Yeah.
How
Hey, Rebecca.
DJ Exclusive. Good to see you again. We just got through Kiki and
Right.
Ben looking great in that salmon.
I know.
salmon. You know, a little
That's
salmon. I said,
No,
hey, why
don't
not?
pronounce that L.
So did I pronounce the L?
Don't. Yes, you did.
Girl, salmon.
It's very possible. Yeah.
You did.
Because if you ask this, certain words just don't sit right with me.
Yeah, like
You know,
I'm not even gonna try to get salmon.
Colonel.
Colonel.
Okay, so it's silent like Colonel. Okay, that's
No,
cool,
Colonel is not nothing. That Americans tried it with that pronunciation.
They really did. Because
And-
what the hell?
Because that says colonel.
I used to mess with it and say colonel.
Yeah.
Colonel.
So
Mhm.
colonizer,
Ah!
they just wanted to remove. Yeah, so they colonel. That is not colonel. When we put
The L is silent.
What an R at?
colonel,
What an R at?
it's because
It's the silent hard R that goes with colonizers. Anyway,
they wanted to remove themselves, and when they are, you know what I'm saying, they colonizing the colon on them. I cannot. Anywho, how are you guys doing on today, this Saturday, which is the day before Cinco de Mayo, also Christopher Maurice Brown's birthday. If y'all don't know who that is, he's the one that is a singer, dancer, my ex-lover, always in the news for all types of
wait a
stuff.
minute.
No, I'm just
wait a
kidding.
minute.
That's Chris Brown. I'm talking about Chris Brown. Not, after he did what he did, we lost. I let him go.
Okay.
And
I was about to say, girl, because
no. Because I let him go. We have to grow. We have to grow.
Mhm.
And move
Amen.
on. And we can't always make excuses when people
Gotta be
don't
better this year than last year.
But no. I'm talking about Chris Brown, y'all.
yeah, we know who you're talking about.
Oh,
We
okay.
just didn't want you to get, we didn't want you to get us under some kind of lawsuit claiming the man like you claimed him.
Thank you. Bounce
Rebecca,
on
y'all
my
know what I'm talking about.
imagination.
Girl, we know who you're talking about.
We knew what you were talking about. You just,
Okay.
You just weren't gonna go along with your lies on air.
Yes, I love that for me. Y'all really go. If I would have called y'all and tell y'all to just go with it, you guys are right there. That's why I love y'all.
No, we got you. But we just weren't gonna go along.
No, absolutely. Well,
not with Chris Brown. No.
Yeah, Christopher Maurice Brown. And my birthday is also this month. Hey, it's Haitian Heritage Month.
Oh my gosh.
Haitian Flag Day is on May 18th.
Mm-hmm.
My birthday is on May 15th. And, and I believe that this is also I think last month was, I forget what it was, but we still are in a mental health awareness month. So I guess there's like every month. I like that every month has something that is directed towards mental health. Okay. And so this month is that too. So it's a lot going on this month, and rent was due on the 1st.
Yeah.
Rent was due on the 1st. Now we're going to do some check-ins. How you guys doing? Ben, I know you were in that salmon. I can't get a hold of Ben if I wanted to. Okay.
Child, at all. Ben is like I don't even know what to say. It's like Ben is like, but it's just like you trying to reach Jesus.
Oh,
you can't get him.
And then he shows up on the show with his salmon. In a suit top. And it's coming fresh.
It's easier for me to just throw on a blazer than actually like go iron a shirt and look, try to.
No, you look great, but I'm saying I couldn't find you. That's when somebody is booked and busy, or somebody don't want to be bothered, and they show up and they're like, "Hey, I'm here, so I won't get fined."
Don't ask me about the short pants I'm wearing though. But anyway, here we go.
My dog got on jogging shorts, joggers, spring summer, fall. Anywho. No, if you don't get the reference, Ben, that's from Real Housewives.
Because she said she said joggers and they never came out.
Why did I laugh? See, Rebecca, you didn't hold me down. I laughed like I got it, but you had to correct me. You hear me chuckle? I gave it a chuckle. That was like a.
Okay, I apologize. I'm sorry.
I was trying to fake it till I made it.
Yeah, dang. I got to get that. The code. If you guys are watching right now, everybody who is watching right now, please make sure you guys share and subscribe. Make sure you like it across all platforms, not only Benjamin P. Dixon, where we are streaming. We're also streaming on Rebecca Azor's page. And I just seen that Bubba gave birth to his page.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. That's it. I haven't given it to David yet. But Fatal Flaws, he's asking when I was going to have it, which is, okay. I'm like, okay, I do need to give it to David. I just really have to give the information to David so he can just plug it in.
Yeah, and actually, when you're on, you can actually, not only can they just plug it in, you can actually stream yourself, but we'll discuss that and we'll talk about that. Other than that, you guys, how has your week, has your day been? How has everything gone? I feel like I haven't seen you guys in 3 weeks.
It's been a minute.
It has. For me, it's just been work as usual. Work. And these people have gone crazy in the workforce. I don't know what's going on. First of all, I'm looking at one screen and it's like blurry, but on the other computer, I'm like fluid. So I'm just like, I don't know which one looks, anywho. But the workforce now is trash. I had an agent that was vaping in the doggone call center, like it's okay to vape in a contact center. Okay. Wow. Then I had another agent that was basically
somebody was vaping excuse me.
Child,
what were they vaping?
Somebody was vaping.
I don't know.
That's vaping. Does it make a difference what they were vaping? No, I'm joking. Okay.
No. First of all, where is the decorum? Where's the decorum? I don't like no contact center. I don't like no outfits. I don't like none of that. But let's be for real.
Child, straight up smoking in the car. You might as well have been smoking in there. And this agent previously, he was also standing on top of the furniture in there as well too. I pulled him and I'm like, bro, you think you're in the club? This is not your house, man. You're really tripping right now. And the third part about it, he's a bright young man, but not bright. So I've been dealing with employee issues all week. I almost want to cuss out an employee today, not today, but early this week. I said, you know what? I'm going to stay near the cross because the old me like to shake tables, and I was ready to shake the table.
Yeah. Other than that, shake tables like you cooked some meat. Well done, because that's the only way to shake the tables. White folks can't shake the tables with the meat that just gets up and walks away. So it has to be.
I see what you did there.
Talking about shaking the table. We have to talk about how when we say that has to be a Black reference, because you can only shake the table with meat that is well done.
We find new ways.
I love you, Becca.
Racist.
I love you. I like that.
It's so creative around here.
Okay. I was because I made that reference, and we're gonna go into that conversation a little later into the show because I do want to check in with you as well, Benjamin P. Dixon. Because again, I haven't seen you, I haven't heard from you, and so, but that shaking the table is the type of shaking the table that Kendrick Lamar did, and I'll give it to Drake too. That's the kind of shaking the table that's happening, and I would say hip hop music right now, but we're gonna stay tuned because that conversation is gonna happen right here and Like It or Not. Benjamin P. Dixon, how was your week? How are the kids? How's your wife? How was your day? How was your morning?
Everybody is everybodying. It's all cool around here. Yeah. Shout out to for us not being able to get connected with one another. But I'm enjoying. Listen, I don't
like
even
that you've disconnected. I fangirl over that.
It's so good not to be picking up a phone every 3 seconds and
not to pay. Well, look, if I didn't have to pay this phone bill, if I didn't have like family, like I would love to just have my little family. I can't like my little family. You know, when I finally get to that place, let me tell you, as a married woman with kids, and it's just us. You know, and my family can get connected to me. They know where I live. They can come if they need me. They can see. Yeah. But if I had my little joint too, you know what I'm saying? My little big head kids, long face kids, and my husband with me, it would be like moments that you want to get away and you can, and you know that you have yours. I mean, I feel like what else in the world? Now I guess the older I get, I can see that. I used to always not want to be in the mix. I was always in the mix, right? And nowadays I'm like, oof.
Nah, it's all about being able to just be separate by yourself with your family, with your crew. Yeah. The only way it could be better is if I had
isolation so much, but kind of like being in your own serenity. It doesn't have to be.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. The only way that it could be better is if we were on like acres and acres of land without people in sight, like just kind of like, you know, nature instead of like we're pretty close to the city. So, you know, we have a little bit of serenity, but the city's right there in the backdrop. So that takes away from it. But other than that, like we've been chilling, we've been working, got some stuff I've been working on. I can say this though, since people haven't heard from me or seen me or anything, I've been working nonstop though. You know, I've been putting in about 14, 15-hour days on this thing I'm working on. So, you know, all that'll come out pretty soon here. So some exciting times. You know.
Okay.
That's it.
What's this that you pulling up? What is this?
Answer their phone. What you got a cell phone for? If you're not gonna answer
this is me in Ben's DM.
What people trying to carry out
and his wife's messaging.
That ain't cute, baby. Something can be wrong. Oh, hey, mom. Why people don't never answer their phone?
That's me. That's
you
me.
know. You know, and I guess, you know,
look, Ben talking about something back. I wanted, or you know, I wanted to run something by you. I said, sure, got a new number. Here it is. Oh, maybe I mistakenly gave you that number. Ben looked at the message and was like, girl, that was 10 minutes ago. I am not that person anymore. And
I called, she had me calling some dude, like, hey, who this? I said, oh, well, maybe it's her man picking up. I said, my bad. But it was the wrong number. So
it was the wrong number.
After that, I just gave up. I said, I ain't trying to.
I changed my number. And yeah, for the first time since I was 20 years old.
Wow.
Wow. I'm 33. I'll be 30.
You had a Metro PCS number still.
Yeah. Well, that number came with me to different companies. It did. And yeah, I changed my number and now I am a Florida girl back again.
Well, how was your week, Rebecca? How are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm doing good. I went home. I don't know if I discussed this with y'all the last time we were on here. I did have a conversation with my manager. Didn't like how it was going. They want me back in the office, those type of things. And I just felt a little heavy and I went home because of the kind of conversation that we had. Whereas basically, you know, I know what you do. Remember I was telling you guys, I know, you know, do you have blah, blah, blah. You know, I went home. I went to my mom. I went to my daddy. I killed my grandmother for the second time to go home.
Rebecca,
you operated on layers today.
Bereavement.
Layers, bro.
Layers.
Listen, this
layers of entanglement. I wonder if did the audience catch that? No, go ahead.
They did.
Listen, sometimes grandma got to go for the third time. Like, listen, for a peace of mind, and you also a peace of mind.
How many times you did that to your grandma?
No, this was the first, so that means she died twice. So
God bless her.
It sucks that you got to go ahead and send her on the glory one, but she's already in glory. And for me, I believe that, you know, she ain't gonna worry about the physical. She already gone to glory, sitting at the right hand of Jesus. So everything is fine.
You won't do that with a living. You won't play with a living person like that. But they already
you do not play with the living.
So you sound like me, because when I tell you any cousin, best friend, grandmother, uncle, auntie, anybody that's passed away already, I use them. Like, Lord Jesus, like I can't use anybody else. I will never say my mom's sick to get out of anything. Sick.
Because let me tell you how the Lord works.
Already be there to do that.
Lies will come up, and then you be like, I should have never said that.
Right.
Now, it gets so crazy.
Hey, how's your such and such doing? Oh, they fine. Oh, okay. They said they were sick and in the hospital, only had 3 days to live. Oh, see? Damn.
It gets super crazy. All right, let me see that. But no, so I spent some time with them. I actually got to celebrate my aunt's 75th birthday.
Oh, nice.
And I got to really just lay on my mom, like lay my head on my mom. She just massaged my scalp for me. I got to sit in the backyard where they took some land from us in the backyard, but still sit there with my dad and kind of just detach. You know what I mean? Like, just sometimes you got to get away. You got to wrap your mind around some things. And then I came back and to find out that I'm no longer there. There meaning I'm free. Remember, y'all, we say we want to be free. I am free. I am free because they have decided, because I'm not going into the office. And so I no longer.
You get that unemployment?
So no, with that unemployment,
we got to talk. We'll talk to unemployment. Okay. Let's work on that.
In Georgia, it's not like there are a lot of they make it so it's a process, backup, all that stuff. Now you just sit and you wait for that. That can come in a month. That can come in 2 months. It can come in 2 weeks. You just don't really.
They don't make you go down to the office and sit in the class no more.
Oh no, they do that, but you should see the lines.
Oh, and I know. I remember the lines. They make sure. And then they make sure you hate going through the unemployment process for sure.
Yeah, and then you have to, while you're there, you have to be applying.
Oh yes, every week you got to submit. How many jobs was it? 3 or 4 applications that you submitted, and most of the time those jobs don't ever hit you back. So you end up just going anyway. They know how to make unemployment miserable.
Yeah,
they really do. Just make sure that
it's a beautiful thing, right? But in the same breath, it's just like, it's scary because it's your
livelihood
means. It's literally your livelihood. So just keep me in your in your thoughts and prayers. And we're just gonna it's all
gonna work out fine. I know you look like you're not concerned.
I'm not concerned because like I said on Thursday, I don't know what I don't know, and I can't control what I can't control. So if it deserves to be out of my mind. If it's out of my hands, it deserves to be out of my mind.
Amen.
So I don't. This is a really, it's a hit, but what can you do, right? You got to keep on. Keeping on.
So, back up and preach that. And I'm going to take a text and I'm going to preach it tomorrow. But Rebecca Azor, if it's out of your control, if it's out of your hands, it deserves to be out of your mind.
Out of your mind.
Did you just come up with that on the fly?
I actually didn't. I would love to take the credit for that.
Oh, man.
When I seen that, you got honestly, that from? I got that randomly from somewhere online. And one day last year, when I was hit with something so major, remember, financially. So this is another one of those. Yeah, and I felt like that was going to take me out. I did. I felt like that was going to take me out. I had posted that. And I had to just rely on that.
That's right.
Is that something, that's all I could do. Honestly, I had nothing. I couldn't do anything. And I still made it through that to today. So
come on. Talk about it.
Well, but it's not sad. It's just more so now I gotta really figure out just a way to make sure I'm staying afloat. Still got a roof over my head. I got food on the table, those type of things. But that's it. And as I go, I won't let that take away my mind frame. It'll allow me more time to put work in to be here with you guys on time and start doing the things that I need to do work on. So with that being said, Welcome to Like It or Not.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
You got this, sister. You got this.
Absolutely. I'm going to turn my camera off for 1 second so I can go get my charger.
Yeah,
And
I'll wait till you get back to tell you the other part.
Yeah.
Look, it's another part.
Well, no, because you're going to go on and sing your way through the algorithm. I tell you that last week. Forget about all this. Go on and just do your thing. I mean, do your politics thing, because I think you on a whole nother stratosphere. But you find a way to sing about these politics here, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be just fine.
Right, especially with it being the election year as well too.
Come on.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you got all these. You got these fake these rappers for Trump, right? You see you got these white rappers for Trump. You got Latino rappers for Trump, and then you got black. It's like this is a high season for people to do political content. So get out there and sing something, make fun of some white evangelicals or some she'll hit 1 million views on the video in no time.
Okay, for real. And like Becca, I was telling them last night at the patron party. I told my boss that I was looking for another job because y'all not. I'm like, I love what I do and I want to keep my job, but y'all are not paying me enough to maximize or get out the cost of living. Groceries is high and everything is going on. And I'm just like, I can't afford it no more. So he was like, I understand. He's like, and he actually said, and he told me that I actually was thinking about you the day before. So it's amazing. It's ironic you brought this to me because I was thinking about you and I was like, if we were to lose James, he's a valuable asset to the team and we would be screwed. So I'm like, well, we on the same page then. But he said he's going to do what I need to do, but he's going to take that information and try to get me some more money. The money that you try to get me is still not going to be enough.
But that's great that you like at least you voiced what you got going on. That's and right. The response from your employer is not what many get. So I mean, I know it may not be the best, but like for them to at least say, hey, we can't lose you. You are an asset here. Let me see what I can do. But I do know what you mean when you do say like right now, it is a time, you know what? I was making more than I was in 2020. You know, they give you a little cents raise, a little dollar here. Yeah. And that $1 is a lot of money for a raise. But a little change. But my paychecks are still the same from what it was then.
Yep.
And then when I look at the percentage of what you're bringing home, my calculations go somewhere in the 65% of my checks. 65% of my checks is what I'm bringing home. And so with that, it's like, if I was able to get all of it, maybe I would be right there being able to live with a little bit of change left behind. But with the 60, you're taking about over 30, what 35? Is it? Yeah, my math, man. What we at here? 40.
I had you. You see, I had you.
Okay, let me say, almost 40%. I'm right here. You're taking almost. You see, when you can switch it up like this, you're taking almost 40%, nearly 40% of my check.
I love those nearly descriptors because it covers your butt so many times. Approximately somewhere between.
But these are what people are going through, and then they're telling us. They're making it so that I don't mean to give that this rant every week, but it's just like in my mind, you get through the process, you go to work, you're there for so long, and they make it so that you don't even see where they're putting and pushing and taking your money, but they always want to talk about your tax dollars being used, their tax dollars being used up to help with housing asylum seekers. Yeah, you don't know where your employee is, where your employer is taking your tax dollars for real.
Come on.
You're not privy on that. And I'm like, where is my money going? And so, and then don't don't opt out of the taxes to make yourself, because some people need to do that so that they can get their full paycheck. Don't do that because they'll penalize you. And that's your money that you're saying not to take. They will penalize you. Am I saying that word correctly?
Yes, Rebecca. Rebecca. You in the spirit, let yourself flow.
Yes, they will. They like for doing that, and then like you'll owe possibly thousands of dollars when it comes tax time, and that's your money. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they make it so difficult for us. And then with the housing, they'll say make up to $3,000, you know, when it comes to rent. Mind you, the person working at the front office don't even make that much.
Speak on it. Don't even make nowhere near what they asking for.
3 times the rent. And then, but there's a loophole. Either you get your friend to make you some tread stubs, or the loophole is literally we'll look at your stuff before taxes. Okay, that shows that you listen. How does that make sense? We'll look at it before taxes and then put you into the housing, and but you still won't be able to really pay for it. But on paper, it will say that you're able to pay for it. What is America doing right now, y'all? They're pulling children who are protesting for pro-Palestine. They're protesting. They're calling out Joe Biden, the administration, America itself, for having their hands in genocide when it comes to Palestine. And America right now is so focused on not taking care of its country and its people, but it's focused on beating children who are protesting. In their colleges, in their universities. All right. So that's why we'll start with the story today, you guys. Columbia University is one of the main universities, but it's amongst other universities all around the nation that have taken to the streets and the camp and the sidewalks of their schools to call out either their schools or to just be in protest about what is happening truly in Palestine, in Gaza. So their stance on it has led to many students being abused by police officers, threatened by their universities. Okay. And literally threatened by their employers, called out online by right-wingers who are not focused on what the actual protest is about, but what these kids look like. I seen someone on Megyn Kelly talking about how the kids were unattractive, ugly, and only wanting to be seen. And what's ugly is, if we're watching, is police officers treating these children as if they're committing crimes.
Yeah.
What's ugly is people who look like us. Dr. Reverend or Reverend Al Sharpton, speaking in a way that is against something that he actually has been a part of in his life. And that's protest.
What old Jerry Curl Al talk about?
I want you to go and find it for me, please. Please, David, because if Ben hasn't seen it, I heard a clip and I went on to live my life. I said I will circle back to this on Saturday. Al Sharpton basically, and this is what my theory is. Al Sharpton basically was siding with a more peaceful approach. What the students are, I think he said what the students were doing, was it any different to what the police were feeling? I don't know. It was some kind of terrible statement.
Oh, he compared it to January 6th?
Something about the type. Basically, those kids, what's the difference between what they're doing now and what those people were doing at that time?
What the hell?
Something of the sort. But here's my thing. I believe that he has to stand on that because of the alliance and the power of certain groups of people.
AIPAC.
AIPAC, and who they may be owned by, because the comments like pro-Palestine can be viewed as anti-Semitic.
Yes, just merely supporting, or rather opposing genocide in Palestine.
Yeah,
is anti-Semitic.
Yes, and that to me, is that an excuse for Al Sharpton, who has been on the front lines of a lot of issues protesting for people who are marginalized, specifically Black folks, who can understand what those kids are standing for and going through in this particular moment? Does that make an excuse for him to literally almost give a pass, or like to compare what those kids are doing to January 6th is absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts, bananas.
And it's dangerous. It's dangerous for him to do it, as well as liberals to do it. And my dear my dear Jewish friends who are Zionist, because not all Jewish people support this madness that's going on in Gaza. Like straight up, there's a shout out to If Not Now, and shout out to Jewish Voices for Peace, and shout out to all the Jewish students who are on the front lines out there. Let's just get that straight. But this is dangerous for Al Sharpton to do. You know why? Because the people he's equating, those January 6ers, all they need are just a few more excuses before they take complete power. Before and when they take power, they're going to come after Al Sharpton.
Yeah.
So why would you give those January 6ers cover like that?
They need somebody black to really speak on that. You know it. And once they said, Al Sharpton said, okay. So, yeah, go ahead and let's see if this was the clip. Let's roll it.
Yes, the politics of that, what is being robbed by them not doing that, Joe, where you and I agree. How do the Democrats, how do all of us on that side say January 6th was wrong if you can have the same pictures going on college campus?
Good Lord, don't make a parallel with January 6th.
You lose the moral.
That has happened, though.
Okay,
that has happened.
Just so we know what's going on here, just the latest from the AP and the.
Was Mika trying to help him, correct him?
She tried to correct him. She said it's not parallel. It's not. She said, play that back again, because I was really my ears were trying to find something like, well, that's not what he meant. Okay, that's what I was trying to go with it.
Nah, the white lady had to save him. Go ahead, listen.
That white lady, specifically that particular white lady. Let's roll it.
Yes, the politics of that, what is being robbed by them not doing that, Joe, where you and I agree. How do the Democrats, how do all of us on that side say January 6th was wrong if you can have the same pictures going on college campus?
Good Lord, don't make a parallel with January 6th.
You lose the moral high ground.
That has happened, though.
Okay,
that has happened.
Just so we know what's going on here, just the latest from the AP. And
it's hard to tell where they were on this.
It sounded like she was like, "Good Lord, don't make it a parallel."
Don't make a parallel. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Absolutely. It's hard to tell where they were on it, but it's easy and clear to tell where Al Sharpton was on the situation. Ridiculous. I can't believe I heard what I heard. Like I said, I heard what I heard, and I went on with my life. I said, I'm going to come back to this on Saturday. And I didn't know, I couldn't remember what he compared it to, but my God, my goodness. These are children who are taking to the street, and the numbers are growing because they know that there is power in unity. And if we unite together to say that we do not support genocide. And this movement isn't only here at this university. It's at that university. It's at that university. We're more powerful in the sense where the message will come across, right? And here we are. Al Sharpton has led so many of these types of protests, has been at the forefront of them. And for him to list, out of his mouth to compare January 6th, a time where we were looking at a domestic terrorist attack, and to compare what those people did and got away with.
Come on.
Attacking our leaders, threatening our leaders, threatening our representatives, had access, coordinated the travel to the Capitol
Talk like
to hurt, and had zip ties with them.
Nooses.
Come on.
Gallows. They had the whole. Listen.
These children are just marching, walking, peaceful protesting. And police officers are checking their bags and treating them as if they're criminals. Some of them are trying to find advocates for them to make sure that what they're doing and what they're fighting for right now doesn't read over as a criminal charge, or when this is all said and done. And they're not promised that, because they're threatened if you do this, you may not walk for your graduation, you may lose your degree, you may lose your access to this campus, all of those things are threatened because they are just walking out and saying, we do not support genocide.
Mm-hmm. We won't be quiet in the face of genocide.
No.
What he did there is really high level false prophet stuff, right? Reverend, because what he's saying is there is no difference between people who what's the word? Because I don't want to say protest, because what happened on January 6th wasn't a protest, right? But what he's saying is objections. Here we go. He's saying there's no difference in why you object. it only matters how you object, right? So he's saying there's no difference between the fact that the people on January 6th, they went out there and they made a mess because they were mad at America and they're the richest people in this country, right? January 6th is just a whole fraud, right? And he's saying there's no difference between that fraud and the very legitimate reasons these college students are protesting. They have not only a legitimate reason to protest, but they got a legitimate reason to turn up. They better be glad it's as peaceful as it is when you consider the genocide. Like, you can't tell me that protesting against genocide is the same as protesting a big lie. You can't, Hal.
Yeah. Like, where, in what world, and this is where I say power, the influence. You don't want to lose out on your money. You don't want to lose that on APAC, which is a network that he heads out in New York. And you don't want to lose out on your coin. You don't want to lose out on your status. You don't. And I'm telling you, this is the particular reason why so many Democrats, Democratic representatives are afraid to open their mouths, because they have been told, if you do, be sure to know you will lose your position. You will lose your position for that anti-Semitic stance, because they view Ilhan Omar, Cori Bush, they view all of them as Ayanna. They view all of them as anti-Semitic people who are pro-killing, and all. They switch it up. And this is my problem. That's not what is being said by these children, by those few representatives who have the galls, the audacity.
I like that.
To speak up on it. And those people like are making a statement, and it's simply saying, because we can't even, ceasefire is so old, we don't even say it no more.
Right.
The humanitarian pause thing was a slap in the face. Let's pause. Like, they're saying stop the war. They're saying we do not support genocide. They're saying stop, do not obliterate this country because of what they look like or who they are. Period. Stop what you're doing because of their beliefs that are different. Are y'all thinking about that?
No, they're pretending like it's not happening. They will look at us, and when we give them the numbers, over 33,000 killed that we have counted at this point, not mentioning the people who are still underneath the rubble. When we say 14,000 of those have been children, the very next thing these evil, sadistic, demonic monsters say is, oh, those numbers aren't real. Prove it. That's what they're doing in real time. And they want us, and I'm going to tread very carefully here, but when they want us to remember in very specific detail, and we should never forget the details of the Holocaust, they are in real time erasing the details of this genocide.
Yeah. Okay. Because the Holocaust happened. We remember. But they the marginalized groups that look a certain kind of way and things, forget those genocide. Forget what happened with that. Forget what happened to indigenous people. Forget what happened to how Black people got here and what happened and how that happened, and many different cities over time. Not too long ago either, many different cities over time were bombed because they were predominantly Black here in this nation. So let's not forget those things. It's a power play, and because one group of people have power in this country, have allies backing them, this is what it's going to be. And who around here, it was saying, oh, support Palestine. I know you've been for a very long time. That has been your verbiage for long before people began to know what was going on there. And now that people do know, they're like, so what? We didn't know about that country. Who cares? And the what we do see in media, and this is why they're protesting as well, is the story being one-sided. Iran was bombed immediately, and that was by Israel. And immediately when I found out about the story, we talked about it here on Like It or Not. It was never brought to my attention that the reason why Iran went back and retaliated in Israel was because Israel's the one that came to them, but that and bombed them. And that never really made mainstream media news enough for us to crack any kind of algorithm for it to be on the Shade Room in that way. But you know when it got onto the Shade Room? When Iran went and bombed Israel.
Yeah, because it's about to be World War III.
Yeah.
That's when it got onto CNN, when Iran went and bombed Israel. That's when it got onto all of these mainstream media news. That's when we started to have the conversation. And even in how they were presenting the news, which was facts, but left out how it began.
Yep.
Why? And you know why they're doing that? Is for the same reason, is to create the narrative that Israel is the one having the issues. Israel is fighting for their lives. And this is why it's important to have protests like this, which Al Sharpton understands, because it's the same reason why Black people go out and protest. This is the same reason why we go out there and fight to be seen, equal opportunity, the end of abuse and the murders to Black people for no reason.
Come on.
This is why we do that. So for Al Sharpton to say that this protest and the images are no different than what we saw on January 6th, shame on you. Shame on you.
Go one step further. Every group that is aligning with, just like Al Sharpton did, right? So Al Sharpton, in that moment, he reduced the entirety of Black protests to being the same thing, and not just Black protests, right? But he's using his Blackness. He's using his Black protest card to give cover to these January 6ers insurrection. And these same Zionists who are doing this, those folks who are out there shouting down Palestinian people and Black people, they're shouting them down. They're shouting them down next to MAGA, right? White supremacists, Nazis, the literal definition of the people who gonna come and kill Black folks like Al Sharpton and kill Jewish people like Zionists. Y'all are marching next to them. You're protesting with them. You're shouting together with the very people who gonna come after you. Y'all so stupid.
Yeah. And now I can't unhear what Al Sharpton said. That will forever be stamped. Now, a lot of politicians, a lot of people who are leaders, activists, whatever, sometimes they gotta sway and support people who may not be the best. But in this particular time and for this particular issue, I don't know if I can look the other way on it. I don't know if I will be able, because this will be stamped in time. I said on Thursday on Leftist Mafia, I said, listen, this is a moment where people will remember, because when the old tapes start coming up, and for us, it's going to be our tweets. And I'm in the forgiving business, because a lot of my tweets when I was about 18, 17, 16, those tweets were out of line. They were out of control, but through growth, experience, reading, being more knowledgeable, and actually being a part of platforms where we can have conversations that help uplift me and correct me, and course correct me at times. It changed, right? So with that being said, in this particular moment, grown men who actually know the issue and have been leading the issue, we're going to remember these video clips. And we're going to say, this was just like we have, just like today, we like, sis, Carol, that was your grandmama throwing rocks at Ruby Bridges? Was that your grandmama?
Come on.
Was that your great on the bus dragging this lady from the, was that her dragging this Black lady from the front of the bus to the back of the bus? Was that your people? Oh, are you related to the people that killed Emmett Till and still living their full life, to be remarried, got to have kids, got to live in their quietness? Oh yeah, we're pulling up every day until you die. Until you die. Carolyn Bryant.
Oh Lord, the change's gonna come. It ain't gonna be like this always.
Hey, we'll remember.
Oh, go ahead, Becca.
No. We will remember and we will know, and I will not forget. They want us to forget so bad. Again, marginalized groups are being attacked everywhere. We're still having issues in places around the world. African countries are going through similar situations. What about Haiti that's sitting there going through a war right now? They don't want us to consider it, to talk about what's happening there. For what reasons? For United States to do what Israel is doing in Palestine, for United States to go ahead and tiptoe their asses open in these countries, take over and get what they need and do what they will need to do. And if the truth comes out, then United States looks crazy. And everybody's like, but United States was helping these countries. And that's not the truth. They're taking from these countries. They're supplying the evil people, the corrupted, with everything they need for genocide or control, dictatorship in the country.
That's because they're following a white supremacist economic and political framework all around the globe, and it's done nothing but bring misery and destruction all around the globe. That's why we are where we are. That's why we have so many migrants who have to come to this country, asylum seekers, because our foreign policy disrupted their homes. That's why the environment, that's why it's like 100 degrees in April. That's because of our policies are so destructive. It's destroying us at home. It's a model, it repeats itself at every level.
Yeah. No, it does. And all of these leaders, like you said, have blood on their hands for each and every one of these issues. Bill Clinton sat there, and this never went viral years ago, where he admitted to what his administration did to the country of Haiti and their rice production. Everybody who knows about rice in Haiti knows that we got the best of it. The way it fall in grain, and you can pick it up and you can see it. You know what I'm saying? Good rice, golds. And they know now, you'll see a bag of rice in the store. It says Altibonit, which is a place in Haiti. It'll say Madame Gugus on it, but it'll say made in Thailand. Because what was ours, they took it and went somewhere else and sold it off. And this is what I'm talking about. Israel wasn't getting what they wanted when it came to this marginalized group, because they stood on business. Y'all push us out here. We're going to be who we are. We're not following these rules that you guys want us to follow. And for that reason, just because our beliefs are different, we look different, we live different. You guys put us somewhere and we made away with that. And here it is. Oh no, they're thriving too much. Let's take it away. Let's blame it on this. Let's blame it on that. When before even we heard about Hamas, they were still being treated like they were nobodies anyway by Israel. Meanwhile, where are they? Right here. Next to each other. Same area. Same place.
He got plans. He's got Benjamin Netanyahu. I've been saying this the whole time. Not only did he know about this attack, and they're saying about a year before, he had intelligence from Egypt on the October 7th attack by Hamas a year before it happened. So, right. So he's wagging the dog. He let it happen. That's number one. But number two, you can't tell me that they don't have blueprints for condominiums and beachside resorts in the area of Gaza. They've leveled it. And now they're moving on past the conversation. The next thing we know, they're going to have resorts on there.
Oh yeah, they're going to try to genocide, and then they're going to bulldoze over that place, and then they're going to put new cities. Who this? The blood of people, families, moms, children will be on that ground forever. So this is similar to what Haiti's doing, right? Those Dominican Republics to this day, Dominican Republicans, mind you, Hispaniola is the same. Haiti and the Dominican Republic, same island. Just a little split in between it. Bubba, your camera. Just a little split right between it. And what happened right now, we took back history with our canal. I know I've mentioned it last time on the show. That ground that they killed so many Haitians on, the massacre, what we called it, the Massacre River. That's what it used to be called, y'all. The Massacre River. We took that. Haitians did that in the midst of a war that's happening right now in that country. They got together because this is what people do when we unite. Things happen, change happens. We united and built a canal. And the Dominican Republic tried to stop it. They brought trucks to try to stop it over to that side where they killed so many Haitians at the old Massacre River. and we took that same river where so many of our ancestors died because of them, and because they don't even want us on their side. We took that river and made it a canal so that people can have fresh water.
Yeah,
they be able to play in it. They be able to use that water to water their plants and vegetation and things that they can do on their grounds where they live. Like, this is for everybody. And they're doing another canal in another area. And this is what unity shows. The protest that they did there for whatever's happening. And there's so many things that are happening, but for this particular issue, it grew for people to see, because what those kids are doing right now is going to be a message that goes all around the world. It's already happening.
Right.
And what the Haitians did there, it went all around the world. So many people donated enough for them to do another canal at another historical place where Haitians have been. Like, in this is what we're talking about. We're taking it back. And I'm pretty sure, and I pray when they get that moment, when they get that time, because if those people that I've seen, even praying throughout the bombing, still praying on where their businesses once were. Remember, we're seeing pictures of them praying over where their businesses and homes, or where their daughters or their sons were murdered in cold blood. And we're still seeing people still pray in Gaza. Palestinians still finding the time to say at the end of the day go in. God is still good. That's how I know those people, because they're resilient. And I know I come from a same type of resilient people. And I know being black makes us resilient, being marginalized, and know all of that. I know they're going to have the last say. It may not be this year, 10 years. It may not be 100 years from now. But what those kids are doing on those campuses, what we're doing here when we're having these conversations, is we're planting seeds that will grow into something to keep their resilience alive and their stories alive and their truths told years after this, because there is no way that we're gonna let the narrative be that Israel was always the one under attack.
Right. Mm-hmm. Or let them try to make us think that they didn't kill as many people as we know they killed. I gotta find a list, and maybe not all 33,000 people, but a list of every child that was killed by this campaign. And I want us to just have that list on, not only on a website, but just streaming at the bottom of our show, just everywhere, so they can always remember the names of those 14,000 children that they pretended they didn't kill.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Ben, we could preach. Look, that's enough to preach all day.
It really is.
Oh, here's a clip. Here's a clip that makes me play this. This is Jared Kushner. This is the president's son-in-law. Really interesting intersection of him being Jewish, married into such a racist, Aryan, and anti-Semitic family as the Trumps. But I digress. Here he is talking about putting condominiums and resorts on the water property down in Gaza. Play that real quick, David.
In Gaza's waterfront property, it could be very valuable. Thing that I would try to do if I was Israel right now is I would just bulldoze something in the Negev. I would try to move people in there.
Are people in Israel seriously talking about that possibility, about hosting Gazan refugees in what is considered, quote unquote, Israel proper?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, but that would be something you would try to work on.
I'm sitting in Miami Beach right now.
Somebody got to give me a video of Jared Kushner's old voice before he started lowering it.
It's getting
sound like
deal with the terror threat that is there, so that it cannot be a threat to Israel or to Egypt, right? I think that both sides are spending a fortune on military. I think neither side really wants to have, a terrorist organization enclaved right between them. In Gaza's waterfront property, it could be very valuable to if people would focus on kind of building up,
that's the whole
livelihoods. You think about all the money that's gone into this tunnel network and into all the munitions. If that would have gone into education or innovation, what could have been done? And so I think that it's a little bit of an unfortunate situation there. But I think from Israel's perspective, I would do my best to move the people out.
Can you? I mean, imagine all those people. I'll say it like this: a piece of property built on that land will be cursed as long as it stands. Any family that moves on that land, I don't care if you're coming from Jerusalem or New Jersey, you will be cursed for the entire time you are on that land. You're not going to be hunted by the souls of these precious children and family members. No, they are resting in the norms of the Most High. Y'all going to be hunted by the devils in hell. Going to hound y'all. Every building will collapse. Y'all going to have earthquakes. Everything going to fall apart until that land is restored to the people y'all murdered and their descendants to get it.
Amen. Amen. And I second it. And the way Ben said it, I wouldn't play. It gave real ancestral. I don't know, but I wouldn't play.
Hey, I live close to the city, but I'm down here in the roots. Now we down in the sticks.
Listen. And the blood and the tears and all of that from our ancestors, we are their wildest dreams. And I know that there's but so much more to come from the seeds that they planted and what we're doing today. So all y'all that's doing wrong, trust me. All of this, I just see this not going well. And I'm so grateful that we are able to tell the true stories of the ones who can't anymore, out of Palestine, out of Haiti, out of the Congo. I'm so glad that we're able to do that right now. I really am. And whether the algorithm wants to bless us and so that we can continue to have these conversations correctly and for people to know what's really going on or not, we did what we have to do. And I think that's all right.
Come on now.
For the ones who haven't or are not. Yeah, no. But with that being said, we will continue on. I know we have 10 minutes left on the clock, but count me down because we're going to have this conversation. Because we got a little bit of politics in there. First of all, there are two things. I don't know, and I just want to talk about this for a brief second. Drew Barrymore, I love her. I love how she's so free, and I love that.
What happened?
Because sometimes white folks don't think about stuff before they say it. Come on, Rebecca.
My good sis, who already got in trouble before for saying something else. When you rich, Drew Barrymore is great. She's been rich her whole life, and she just comes from money. So she just said, I want a talk show. And I love that for her. And she got it. And, all these things. Great, great, great. However, my good sis Drew, she went out there and was talking to Kamala Harris. But anybody who talks to Kamala Harris, I don't know. She was talking to Kamala Harris and called her Mamala. But I can say it, right? And that you don't hear what it sounds like truly. And I want you to grab that clip, my good producer, David, so we can get you out here on time. If you can grab that clip of Drew Barrymore. My problem with this is when white women.
I also felt like it was just politically unsavvy.
But really Drew Barrymore doesn't want to be savvy. Drew Barrymore is a type to be. She's more of a woman who is free spirited. She invited Kamala on.
Sounds like marmalade.
She's just like Kamala, and it took us a long time to get Kamala's name right. So now we got it right.
Kamala.
Yeah, Kamala. I used to say Kamala, and Ben's like, get her name right, and I'm like, okay, well, I will, and but it's important for us to do so other people can do so, right? Especially when I say other, I'm talking about when white women. Okay, so when white women sit in front of someone who identifies as Black on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and is comfortable saying something like that and not seeing the problem with it. I know people are like, it's not where her heart was. I agree with you. But these kind of things, there was no respect for her as vice president. I know that we sit here and we have conversations all day about this vice president. I don't like, because when white women.
Finish the sentence before I go too long.
When white women. So you got two clips first. Go ahead.
Oh,
just even right here, my good sis.
I keep thinking in my head that we all need a mom. I've been thinking that we really all need a tremendous hug in the world right now. Yeah. But in our country, we need you to be Mamala of the country.
I saw this clip, y'all, about die.
Kamala wanted to burst out in laughter. But
what was her reply? How did she reply?
How did she reply? Go back.
Respects so much. and wants to share and wants to be confident and has no ounce of me that has competitiveness.
Yeah.
When we lift each other up, we all rise.
That's exactly right.
The way she turned. The way she turned. We all rise. We all rise.
We need a great protector.
We all rise.
Yeah.
She's still going. I didn't know this was
Part of
wrong.
it is, I think that sadly over the last many years, there's been this kind of perverse approach to what strength looks like,
Okay.
which is to suggest that the measure of one's strength is based on who you beat down.
Come on.
Instead of what we know, the true measure of your strength is based on who you lift up.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You know, and if you ever want to measure,
Hey, why are you so close?
ever
Back
just
up.
want some
Come looking like,
indication
girl, back the fuck up.
of your
I can smell your lunch.
Your
Back
hair.
up.
Why are people touching your hair?
That I keep thinking in my head that we all need a mom.
Oh, it went back.
I've been
Positive.
thinking
I wanna see her
we all
return.
need a
She turned.
tremendous hug in the world right now.
It's coming.
But
It's
in our
coming.
country, we need you to be Mamala of
Don't
the
let me
country.
sit here and watch this again.
No, please. It's worth it. You got to see hers. It's coming right here. Here she- And then she got closer.
And she didn't even say nothing.
You can smell the garlic on her breath.
Respects so much
Here she goes.
and wants to share and wants to be confident and has no
In our nation. Watch.
ounce of me that has competitiveness.
Yeah.
When we lift each other up, we all rise.
That's exactly right.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And can I just say a couple of things? Performative, only because Drew Barrymore is naturally just really like that. Why did she know that the crowd was going to clap there? I know producers are there. They're making them clap. I know all those things. But that particular moment to look into the crowd took away from me. Secondly, what white women do because of white guilt. And I'm not saying this, and I love all my white women who watch the show, but I'm going to tell you, white guilt makes you do this when you go see, like, don't do this right here. Don't, because what are the issues that you are really saying you're talking about? It's like, to me, this is that feminist approach that doesn't include Black women, the safety of Black women or their issues or whatever. This is that whole feminist type of thing that is happening in the conversation that she's saying is, we need you. But why do you need her? What is it that she's doing? Yes, she did break the mold. She is the first blackish vice president.
You know the one drop rule. She black as everybody else.
And she's the first. And before we play this one, she's the first. She did that. She did break the mold, and she went to a HBCU. How about that? Right? She's an AKA. Amazing. That's beautiful. She's done that.
Shout out to them guys.
Yeah, but those are the things that Drew Barrymore can't understand. What she does know is that there's a woman in office, and that's so wonderful. And we don't want to compete as women. And it's just like
there's no competition
because you're a woman, and that's what truly the world needs. Like, no, ma'am. What is it about Kamala that does make her that strong? I do like Kamala's response and about how power is viewed, how leadership is viewed, and all this. That's great, beautiful. But also, it goes to show in this moment too, just being there was what was the reason? What was the reason? But then to call her Mamala, I don't think she would have said that to, it's Drew Barrymore. She probably would, but there's a problem here, the disconnect. And I didn't like it.
Well, okay. So now, all right. So now I'm gonna flip completely because because it's Drew Barrymore. She's so corny like this.
I love Drew Barrymore.
This is exactly who she is.
She's been. There has been a couple of things that
but it's still funny.
Drew almost got canceled, and I forget for why. And somebody in the comment section tell me just about 3 months ago, sometime at the last year maybe, and she had to come on the show and say, "I never."
Oh yes. What was that? What did she do that time? I forgot.
I forgot, but it was so bad that people were like, "Ma'am," and she had to come back. I'm not. My friends are Black.
Was she on that show with that movie with Blast from the Past? Was that her movie?
Oh, I don't know. But Drew Barrymore, she's great. She comes, like I said, she comes from.
Oh, that's Alicia Silverstone. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Drew Barrymore's great. She can do a lot of what she wants, and I
start mixing them up
around the SAG. Remember when it was something around that time. What?
No, I was being kind of racist just now. Go ahead. Keep going past it. Please keep going past it.
And we're going to play this in a second, but the SAG, remember the SAG strike when the people, all the writers and the actors.
Yes, Screen Actors Guild.
I think she was saying something about like people getting back to.
She hired scabs to write for her show. That's right.
Okay, yeah.
And all she had to do was wait one more week before the strike was resolved.
There we go. So much has happened between that time. I can't keep up with the news, baby. But yes, that's what. And she was on there. She was like,
Thank you, B.
I'm so sorry. I'm just.
She did.
Yeah. But she was still getting paid. Her show was still running. Her show was still moving. Them folks was still. It was yes. So at the end of the day, they got it in. And I'm sorry, Drew Barrymore, but I love you as an actor. I think you're great. And it's not a problem that you come from money. It's not the problem that you love. You want to heal the world, and women need to lead. Those are all great, but there's real issues going on in this world. And don't you ever call no Black woman mama. Sis, bro, none of the above. Don't do it.
You call her queen, but that might even be a little.
Don't even say because that mama love.
That might be out of pocket too.
This lady that you're sitting next to is probably the same age as you, sis, and you're saying she's a mama to the country. Ma'am, do you know what Biden administration is doing right now that we are upset with? Ain't no Kamala here.
She barely being vice president to the country. He wants to be.
My God, DJ exclusive.
We see it every 2 months, but this is why when white women.
Oh my God. No, we need some more white women like this. Those two white women do that podcast.
Stop it.
No. We need white women who gonna go out here and like, square up with the system. Like we don't need the sentimental.
The people who follow us, those white women.
Yeah,
I don't
those sisters who showed up in
guilt. Yeah,
those sisters who showed up during the George Floyd protest. And remember, like, there's a video of these white soccer moms out in the Midwest storming. They were storming the federal courthouse, and they were going heads up with stormtroopers, like cops in all their riot gear and tear gas, and there were explosions and all kind of stuff. And these soccer moms were charging in, and they did not care. We need that, not Marmala. We don't need
when white women.
WWW.
I like that, man. WWW. When white women come out their mouth, invade your space, because they think it's okay to invade your space. And because it was like, you're the mom to the country. Absolutely not. Because, like, this is the same woman. For you to be such a free spirit and understand what's going on in this country, and we're gonna get. Please grab just some clips about that, and we'll move on. But
and put Perry Anderson comment back on screen.
And this time I'm just gonna end with this. We have to really be mindful of how we, like somebody just put on, we need a mammy for the country. That's exactly what that statement meant.
It's
when
MAMMY.
When white women are not aware, this is what's problematic. You're talking to the vice president, my good sis. Even me, who is like every day, I'm gonna sit on here and say something about Kamala in some way, shape, or form. If I've ever met her, it's always gonna be respect.
Yeah.
There's a way that I can speak to her that Drew Barrymore probably cannot. And I would wanted her to have been, like you said, been in earlier. There needed to be something more like a political, something. You brought her on there, and this is somebody who's a part of an administration that is supporting genocide currently in this moment. And maybe just maybe something about Gaza and where she stands with it, or something about just another issue, homelessness. I know you're about that life, Drew, like something like that, but to just sit there and talk about her, just her being a leader, it's great. But what is this leader doing more than just sitting there and being present that deserves for her to be called the mammy of? Is it because she's Black?
Marmala,
you
not
said
Mama
Mama La. Is it because she's Black? Because if somebody white would have sat there, would you say mama, mother? What did
you see? She said it with a hard R. There's She said marmalade.
Come on now. Watch yourself, Drew. Anywho, play this clip.
Y'all.
I guess play the clip, or you want to go to Kendrick Lamar? Did I go too far out, or what are we doing? What are we doing, Mr. Producer?
We need you to be the mama of our country. It's like you touched my hair, but verbally.
She's a mommy.
Be my mom.
That's what he gave.
What? Mamala.
She keeps getting closer.
Mamala. There's nothing I like more as a Black woman than, being held responsible for everyone's emotions.
You see what I'm saying?
Kamala Harris. Okay. I truly cannot believe you are sitting right here. I know. In front of me. Real close.
That sounds just like her, though.
I think we're
Yes,
close.
she really does.
I'm 3 football fields away. That's not. You're not. You're right. You are right there. I can smell the inside.
Oh, Jesus.
Can someone fucking
Sorry,
stop
but
this?
viewer discretion is advised for language.
No. Put your arms around me. Help. Isn't this great? I'm gonna get up now. Okay. See you later. Hey, Secret Service, what the fuck?
This is what I was gonna say right here. But while it's funny, that's perfect as a Black woman because that's how basically what I heard Kamala saying to Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
Like, my good sis, you can't really I'm Black. That's what I heard her saying. And because I'm Black, leadership looks different for me. My position looks different for me than it would for you. There's no comparison here. There's no competition. You wouldn't understand why I got to where I got, how I got to where I got. You couldn't. Just like, it's so riveting and fresh.
I can smell your insides.
I can smell your insides.
You ever been around somebody like they didn't just get through eating, but they have a very distinct scent of garlic on them, like they did? Y'all ever been around people like that? That's how that video smells to me.
Dogs have sat with you for hours and hours.
I ain't saying nothing about no dogs, Rebecca. Don't add no.
I know y'all like
don't add no wet dog to this conversation.
I like birds, but they can't come in my house. Let me stop saying because my sister got a bird that has been in my house.
Jay.
It smells funny. My best friend calls me the bird lady now.
It is a distinct odor.
But I was talking about the garlic, bro. It's like that video smells like garlic. Like she takes garlic supplements.
My boyfriend told me he was with a woman who loved her dogs. I'm not going to say what race she was, but yes. And the dog would just lay by her thigh every day, all the time.
That one thigh smell
just that thigh. And he would be like, it just like the dog. The dog would
left thigh smell like lotion.
And I'm not saying
that's terrible.
I live in a neighborhood where the dogs are running rampant. Okay, they are running rampant, and they're leaving behind everything that's coming out of them. And so,
she said the left thigh smell like cocoa butter, and the right thigh smell like
whatever the dog
wet dog,
like.
doggy dog.
Yeah,
we gotta
start please know that. I don't know, guys. Yeah, the cats don't belong where the food is being cooked. Can we agree on that? The cat doesn't belong where the food is being cooked.
Yes,
and
agreed.
when you have a partner that is used to being in the bed with another human body, maybe, or just their human body, don't bring that dog where you guys are making love and stuff into that bed. Can we agree on that? I mean, if we can't, that's your business, and that's okay. But just for me in my house, because that bird was starting to smell funny. And I'm like, ew, birds can stink, so animals can. I'm not only talking about dogs. So yes, I refer to, but animals itself can make a home smell like an animal. And you walk out and then your clothes smell like animals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we talk about the smell, the wonderful smell of perfume and fried chicken that saturates the church on Sunday mornings.
What's the perfume? White diamonds.
White diamonds and fried chicken.
That's the one. White Diamonds by Elizabeth Taylor. Now, my favorite,
that's what grandma smell like.
My favorite perfume it is by Elizabeth Taylor. My mom put me on, and I wear it all the time. And baby, when I pass by white men, Black men, in between Asians, they be like, dang, they do that look that Drew Barrymore did after she made that statement as I passed by. Yeah, they do.
Because I still do it.
It's by Elizabeth Taylor. The older I've gotten, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When you pair that floral scent, this is for my girlies that's in their 30s. When you pair that floral scent and you do like a cocktail spray on you, pair that floral scent, because that white diamond is not floral, it's a musk.
It's
but
the musk.
When you pair that floral scent with the musk, I'm telling you, you're gonna be at grown level. Still got your, young thing in you, but that grown level still gonna sit on you, and it's a balance, right? That Chanel original, because that's similar to the White Diamonds family. Y'all can say what you want, but that it has that musk, that older, really permanent smell. But you pair that with the floral or citrus, baby.
You better put these
men
people
gonna be
on.
all up in you. They gonna be not in you, but on you. Amen. Watch it. You only got one pocketbook. Take care of it. All right. Now we're at the end of the show.
I ain't laughing at that one.
We're at the end of the show. I did want to talk about, but my white producer is telling the black talent they got to go. I did want to just talk about, but we're not going to be able to. But I did want to talk about Kendrick Lamar and Drake. There is a special coming out on Sunday with Olay and friends that I'll be on discussing it. Now, since then, there has been so many more developments just yesterday. And before we leave, I just want to get the chat to tell me, is it Kendrick or is it Drake for you? And the chat will go and have that conversation. But for my brothers who are here with me from another, not my mamalas, not my brotherless, but my brotherless,
the hardy are brotherless.
So are you guys going with Drake or are you going with K-Dot?
I mean, it's got to be Kendrick. I don't even know the details of I don't know anything about anything that's happening. But it's gonna be Kendrick.
It's gonna be Kendrick for me too.
Yeah, it's definitely Kendrick for me because Drake dropped Family Matters and 5 minutes later Kendrick dropped another song, and I'm just like, bro,
he knew
it's Drake, so much.
Kendrick knew the play.
He already knew the plays, bro. He was like, boom, you gonna drop that? Boom, let me drop that for you.
And he's so sick about whatever he's doing. I'm just gonna mention this, and I'm gonna let you go, David. I don't want to hold you, baby. But he literally dropped a glove, a picture of a glove, and I just want to put this out there. And this is not to hurt anybody's feelings, but this is how twisted it must be, really personal. The glove. So Nicole Brown Simpson was officially declared dead at 6:16 a.m. in LA, which is the time that Kendrick Lamar dropped his diss record, which basically means that Kendrick is implying he murdered a white woman being Drake, hence the glove. When he did, that was the first track that he dropped. When he expanded the photo of that glove, he had evidence, allegedly, of Drake being on Ozempic or on drugs or on whatever the case may be, sitting there. And then he began, this is after. So somebody said if he expands the picture anymore, it's going to be Drake's daughter sitting on that same, on the picture.
Oh my. The daughter that he didn't even know he had.
That he didn't.
They exposed another child?
They exposed, yes. Kendrick Lamar exposed allegedly that Drake, and this is so messy, but allegedly exposed, that exposed allegedly that Drake has a daughter that he hasn't been taking care of.
Wait a minute. So every time he get into a rap beef, we find out this boy got a whole nother child.
He's not taking care of kids, but he is taking care of his baby boy that's 75% white. But he puts him in a do-rag and braids.
But who was that? Who was the rapper that exposed from grinding? Pusha T. So Pusha T told us about child number one. Kendrick Lamar told us about child number two.
And here's my thing about it. Drake dropped a great diss. Here's my thing about that diss though. It's vibes. And Kendrick doesn't care about nobody taking his song and putting it on a caption under a baddie picture or of a car or whatever, or being on TikTok. This is how I know that this is only about something personal.
Yeah.
And as we start to see that develop, we'll talk about it more, but we're doing a part 2, I believe, if I can be on that Ole and Friends. But we're doing a part 2 because this came out so quick, but make sure you guys hear about the conversation and I mean, what that means for our culture when it comes to how we broke Drake down and a whole bunch of other things with that. So that's going to drop on Sunday. But right here, if you guys are still watching us, that means that you like what you saw. Right? Am I right?
Amen.
So head over to patreon.com/like-it-or-not, patreon.com/like-it-or-not, where you can become a patron and definitely help support this show and me, because I'm here with y'all, and this program that my producer works on needs to be paid for. I pay for it, so I want to make sure we keep it up and we keep it paid for. And for those of you guys who are asking how to support me in this time, because I am now free, but we got to make sure I'm free and I'm afloat so I can stay right here with you. Becca's Voice on Cash App, or I dropped the link to my PayPal where you guys can contribute to that as well, right? Tip your hosts. We're here. DJ X3C on Venmo and BPD 2018.
Not me, because I don't even know my phone. I don't even know what a phone is. These days.
Yeah, Ben doesn't know what a phone
Ben
is.
got so much money in his Cash App, he don't even know.
I wonder how much is there. I can't even look it up.
God is good. So once you get into that phone, God is good.
Ooh, I could pay a bill. No.
And DKG87, that's my producer. But definitely, you guys, I love you so much. And I think that, we're at the end of the show, but what I want you to do is go and enjoy your Saturday. Do something that you love, spread love. Don't go ahead and listen to some good music. I ain't talking about anything that's violent like I like to do, but don't do any of that. Go and
get it sexy. Get it sexy. Get it sexy. Have you seen I'm sorry, go ahead.
No,
I get off on
I
a
don't
tangent.
even like this song. So for me in my house, that's not the song. But I don't like that song. But I love y'all. For me, it's like, Glow.
Yeah, Glow.
Yeah, Glow. Because at the end of the day, they got to end. All right, y'all. I love you. I'll see you guys next Saturday right here on Like It or Not. Bye.
Like it or not.
We love y'all. Meaning, hey man, before we go, let me leave y'all with Shaw's affirmation for the day. I am capable of finding everything within me that I need to get back on track. I am capable of finding everything within me that I need to get back on track. Love y'all, mean it. We'll see y'all next week. Deuces.
Make sure you share. Okay? You share, you like, you comment, you subscribe. Okay? You guys, we need your support to keep this going, to keep these conversations going. Patreon.com/like it or not. Patreon.com/like it or not. Listen, without you, wouldn't be no me. All right? Here on Like It or Not.